Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to a new episode of My CannaCast. I'm Canna Dave.
And I'm Groovy.
We have a jam-packed episode, but before we dive into that, I'm going to give a shout out to our partners that make this possible.
Facts.
So you can all get your...
Check them out.
Yes, big facts there. I'm going to kick off first with Lost Coast Plant Therapy. Use code MyCanna20 at checkout. If you saw our story post and you want to try their product, hit us in the DMs. We're sending a couple out. We're going to go jump over to Exquisite Extractions, Trent and the team. If you didn't check out last week's episode, we brought Trent on, founder and owner of Exquisite Extractions, and talked about their company, learned all about them and everything that they're doing. So go give Exquisite Extractions a follow. And then I'm going to jump right over to...
Slurking.
That's facts. That shit was good, man. And then we're going to jump over to Canopy Extracts, award-winning concentrates, Scotty and the team over there. And we got Smoking Tomatoes, a.k.a. Dairy Dew. If you're looking for a super soil to grow your product in, looking just flower, one thing, without doing... bottle this, bottle that. Go check out Dairy Dew.
System.
It is. And then last but not least is Old School Organics. If you're looking for old school or retro strains, go check out Old School.
I don't remember that code. My Canna 20 for plant therapy. Some people have been typing MY. Canna. My Canna.
Yes, absolutely. And it's all lowercase too.
Yeah, big facts.
So
I mean, honestly, dude, like it's been a crazy couple of weeks. If you've been paying attention, if you've been typing cannabis anywhere or listening to any other podcast or information or media outlets, because we all know what we're here to talk about. We're talking about that House bill stuff, and now there's a Senate bill that's kind of came not from it, but almost like trying to sneak it in, which is talking about moratoriums and more regulations on hemp. So we're going to deep dive into that a little bit later in the episode, but we also have news articles because we finally have some news stuff that's not just that. So we got some news stuff we're going to talk about. So yeah, I mean, you want to just jump into it? I mean,
jump into Florida.
Smoking on some bang. I'm right now. We're going to roll up some Nebula nugs from Exquisite after. I got some Exquisite strawberry guava. I got like a dab left, so I might take that.
Nice. Yeah, I'm
gonna pack up my dab. Actually,
spark up this bang.
Before the podcast happens, it's gonna be a woozy. So
it is gonna be. It's been a woozy of a day. I'll tell you that. The reason why it's been a woozy of a day. It took me an hour to get here to Groovy's today, and
which is about double.
Yeah,
no one knows that.
Yeah, true. Usually it's a 30-minute drive. It took me an hour to get here, and it's been nonstop for me since about 5 this morning. So I'm excited to smoke.
Mind you, it's 7. So we out here.
That's facts. We out here grinding. We want to bring you all the top news, and that's why we're going to be diving into all these articles like Groovy said.
Yeah, so this first one was interesting. I didn't know too much about this. Dave sent this one to me from Florida. So let's start over here in Florida.
Well, if you know, Florida failed to legalize cannabis recreationally back in 2024. Yep, they did fail.
I mean, I finally got it. Yeah.
Finally.
It took me a few years, but we're getting there.
So the article is from Marijuana Movement. The title is Florida Marijuana Legalization Campaign Sues State Over Alleged Unlawful Attempt to Invalidate 200,000 Signatures for Next Year's Ballot Initiative. So as you know, it sounds like Florida's trying to get it back on the ballot so they can vote in recreational cannabis within the state.
I should pull this article.
So this is what it says right here. Smart and Safe Florida filed the lawsuit against Secretary of State Cord Bird and Leon County Supervisor of Elections Mark Early in Florida's Second Judicial Circuit Court last week, contesting the Secretary's claims that signature verification criteria rendered invalid any petitions that didn't include the full text of the initiative. So it sounds like to me that it didn't have like the entire...
Almost like it was shortened, almost
correct.
Like kind of like, hey,
Spark
we're not
notes.
going to give you all the information. We're going to make it seem like a little, like, you know what I mean? Whether that be good or bad for it, you're not giving people an informed decision to make, right?
Oh, sure,
Right. So like, I guess in this stand, I'm curious what the text said, because you think it's like, oh, if the initiative was like, hey, it's going to do this, help the roads, blah blah, do all these things, and then but then in a shortened version, it's like, this is for cannabis. People are like, what?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, and I'm not saying that's what it said. I'm trying to read this article in real time. I kind of just glanced
and
over
this is 4 months before the deadline. So the deadline has to be submitted by February 1st, 2026. And if anything we know in the state of Michigan, 200,000 votes, if you take that away, that's detrimental to the campaign, right? Because that's a lot of votes you have to recoup before February 1st of this year. So it's going to be interesting to see if they do get it on the ballot by February. And I'm curious what the exact text in this law states, because I know the last one was pushed heavy by corporate as well in the state of Florida, and they lost. So I'm curious what this is. Maybe this is more home grow. I highly doubt that. I don't ever see home grows getting pushed anymore. I feel like groovy, but we'll see. But yeah, it sounds like you just can't shorten the length of your proposal. You got to give it to them fully. So I thought that was an interesting article because, like I said, that's a lot of text.
It's just, I don't know. Florida's not doing it right, like, but they're trying to figure it out, I guess.
Yep. So and then,
and I'm like reading through it too. It's a big article.
So they
Shout out
need
marijuana movement. They always give you some really detailed articles.
So they need 200. So the threshold. So Florida State Supreme Court for legal review after amended initial threshold of 220,000 signatures. So according to the state divisions of elections, Smart and State Florida has collected valid 662,543 signatures at last count. It needs 880,000.
So it's like 200,000 shy-ish.
And then if you take away the 200,000, that's 400,000. Then
So
if I understand correctly,
that's what I was saying. Yeah, there's some math where I was like, carry the two. What's the money? You know, I was like, what? So I was like,
because I think
that's how they word things. Though. I swear they do that on purpose. Like,
but I mean, that's a lot of signatures. So that would be, and they need it by February 1st to get on the ballot. So I was trying to look for that last part. I had it, but I misplaced it. So cool. We'll see what happens. That's wild because the next election wouldn't be until 2028 because you got the midterms next year in 26 and then the presidential elections in 28. So usually you won't have anything cannabis related usually in the years different. So I'm curious if they're able to get on the ballot. Because I haven't heard about a lot of other states getting stuff on the ballot for 26. It's been kind of
right.
It's been kind of
stagnant. Yeah. Well, because I mean, I feel like there was such a surge there for a while. What are we at? Like 20?
We're over 25.
26?
I think it's half the U.S.
I know we hit half, and then I was like, wow. So we're halfway there. So it is kind of crazy. But, well.
I want to dive into the next article because I think this is going to be something that's huge next year. So,
well, because what it is you're starting to see some let's talk. I'll let you get into
this. Is the article I wanted to dive into because this is something we've talked about years on the podcast. We talked about it because there's been medical, people have been denied, and now it's talking about people recreationally. So, Supreme Court agrees to hear a case on gun rights of people who use marijuana. And it says and other illegal drugs, but we're just sticking to marijuana here.
Well, I mean, what they're trying to bring, I think, is they're trying to bring in like prescriptions and stuff. But what's crazy to me about this is in general is that this has always been a weird gray area for everything. You know, I understand if you have your card and you have a CPL that they're just trying to say, hey, you're using it regularly, you can't do it. Now, I'm not saying I understand it's fair. That's not, I'm saying that's what the understanding is, right? I understand that that's what they're ideas right now. I don't think that should matter because if I have a prescription on pills, I don't think they check for that. You know, so for me, it's like I don't see the big deal. Like, because especially here in America, you should be able to protect yourself. You know what I mean?
Second Amendment.
Yeah, it's the Constitution trumps things here. You know what I mean? So I don't. It's just crazy to me. But the fact that we've talked about so many articles throughout the year. That's why I want to bring it up. Like Texas, Tennessee had one. Texas and Tennessee are the two I'm just thinking of. So that's only two I can think of. But I know there's more articles where it's come up more and time again, you know?
Yep. And so I believe, so this is stemming from a case in Texas. The Supreme Court has agreed to hear a case on the constitutionality of a federal law prohibiting people who use marijuana or other drugs from buying or possessing firearms. The Trump administration has argued that the policy targets a category of persons who pose a clear danger of misusing firearms and should be upheld. After several years of conflicting lower court rulings on related cases like Groovy just stated, we've seen this in all lower court rulings.
Well, because what the issue is, this is federal versus state.
Yep.
And it's confusing because when you get down to state law, you're like, yeah, no, it doesn't make sense. So at the end of the day, that's why it's like none of it really makes sense because, like, think about this, man. Veterans, if they want to heal themselves, you don't think they got rid of their guns? You know what I mean? Like, what's the idea here? Like,
and it says any drug use, but that means alcohol is considered a drug. Well, so if you drink alcohol, then you shouldn't.
Well, technically, there are things like when you have guns, like you're not supposed to like drink and go hunt. But like, what? Who doesn't? Like, they feel like that's like a normal thing.
Absolutely.
My whole point is that it's a little gray area because America's been founded on guns, man. I mean, dude, back in the cowboy days when you got kicked out of jail, they would literally give you a gun and a cowboy. That was like a law in Texas. I don't know if it still is a law in Texas, but like the whole point was like you could restart your life with just a gun and a horse. Sorry, not a cowboy. Excuse me. You were basically a cowboy lifestyle. You're like, here's a horse, here's a gun. You got it, right? I'm just saying that's literally like where America started, right? Like, so it's like, I just don't think the big deal. Like, I think what they did is just all that reefer madness because it's a Schedule 1. And that's why none of it's made sense because it shouldn't be a Schedule 1 to begin with. It has medical properties.
Facts, man. I mean, we're seeing it. You see it with all the states that go medical first and then they go to recreational. It's not just propaganda. There is medical benefits of cannabis or other cannabinoids that come from the cannabis plant, right?
I'm glad they're going to hear it at this level, though, because if they hear it at this level and at the Supreme Court goes boom, it's like
Could go either way, man.
No, it could go either way. I'm not saying, but when you talk in America, taking away rights in general, that's usually pretty tough.
I'm curious because
you know
like you have you're gonna like the defendant or at least they're or whoever, they're gonna have to bring up people use pharmaceuticals, people drink, and those things people are allowed to still own a gun, right? So why can't a cannabis user?
I literally just saw at a dispensary. I'm not gonna put their name out there, but that you could literally use. It was like forms of ID, passport, learned U.S. license, passport, a recreational blah blah, and it was like CPL license, and I'm like, what? like that's because that's even a step up than just owning a gun.
Right, yeah.
You know I mean? Shit, you go to Texas, Tennessee, that's constitutional carry. How you can't even take it away. So that's what I'm gonna say. So like when as Canada people smoke weed now, they're just like I don't know. It's a weird gray area because it doesn't make any sense. It's not like weed. We're not talking bath salts. This shit doesn't make you violent here. Like,
no, not at all. I
mean, if there was a campaign that like we shouldn't use guns and bath salts, I'd be like, I'm all for it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but this
there's been a couple of recent interviews as well, marijuana movement states, and they even talked to several Republican senators, and they shared their views on the federal ban on gun possession by people who use marijuana, with one saying that if alcohol drinkers can lawfully buy and use firearms, the same standard should be applied to cannabis connoisseurs, and that's 100% honest to God
and
truth.
I think there was this weird area that when it was federally illegal and no states had legal cannabis or medical, like, okay, no recreational, there was like, okay, no, it's illegal, it's still in that category. But now we literally have states that are recreational. Like, this is something like Aunt Susie is smoking at home.
Correct.
You're going to take away her right to protect herself?
Yeah.
Like,
you're going to want somebody to come into her house and they got to use a baseball bat or a hockey stick or a frying pan. You know,
I'm all for backups, but there's certain thing about those are close counter weapons. Gun, the whole point of a gun is just to be farther away. A knife, in my opinion, is more dangerous than a gun because when you're up close and candy, you can really hurt someone, right? But the thing, a gun, you got to be far away and hit them and know how to shoot a gun. So it's like it's just another form of weapon. You know what I mean?
It's Second Amendment. I think you should be able to. I mean, if you're not out here,
Dave, you get it.
I do. No, I get it. I mean, you're not out here like trapping and doing that type of stuff.
That's
you're
one
out
thing.
there.
If you're caught with like pounds of weed, a bunch
you're out
of
there just
blow, bunch of guns, and selling drugs, all with this seer number foil.
That's
yeah, but you're talking about a law-abiding citizen who goes to their job, just happens to have a gun in their car while they're just picking up a couple pre-rolls on their way home. Like it's like not a big deal.
Or even the gun at the house, having the gun at the house.
You shouldn't be a big deal.
No, 100% shouldn't be.
Not when it's in the Constitution. Like now when it's so rooted in our foundation of everything.
Absolutely. It should be, everyone should have the fair opportunity to be able to do it, especially in legal states.
Someone could also argue that like saying that, then everything was always right back then. You're right. So I can't just say because it was founded that way. I just think it's going to be hard to go backwards, especially when you're talking, these rights are not just going to because everyone's just picturing stoners smoking weed, but it's not like that anymore.
Nope.
It is Aunt Susie. It is veterans. It's helping people with PTSD, and you cannot take their guns away. Good luck. You pry it from their hands, man. They protected this country. You're not going to get them to put their guns away. And then because they have back pain, they have to use oxys because they can't smoke weed. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't logically make sense. That's what the government
wants them to do.
I mean, I don't know.
They prescribe the pharmaceuticals. It sucks.
Yeah, it's a money game, man. So I think Dave's right. I think we're going to be seeing more and more about this. We'll keep you updated as we talk about this. I think it's going to be
the only thing that's going to hurt this is I believe the guy. Because it's Humani's case, if I'm not mistaken. So the Justice Department argues the law is valid when used against regular drug users because they pose a serious public risk. The government said the FBI found Humani's gun and cocaine in a search of his home as they probed travel and communications allegedly linked to. So it says Iran, but I don't know. This is from AP News. So I don't know if they pull that. That's the thing I'm curious about because it's not just marijuana at that point. Because
this is the thing why. This is why it's so powerful to why it needs to be not listed. Like, you know how everyone's like alcohol and drugs? It should be, if we're going to do it that way, it should either be drugs, all one category, alcohol in there, or it should be alcohol, cannabis, and drugs. Because at the end of the day, that's the problem. It's just the wording.
Yeah.
It's just you're
The
categorizing
ATF,
it.
add a C into
you're
it for
calling
cannabis.
weed the same thing as meth. They're not the same.
No. Same thing as
you.
heroin.
I
How many
promise
people are ODing on weed
Yeah,
compared
even
to heroin?
cocaine, way more intense. Like all these, that's what I'm saying. It's like you can't loop it in anymore. It doesn't make any sense.
No. So I'm curious. They said they're going to be talking about it in the summer. So it just hit the newsway. So you'll be hearing about this. So wanted to bring it up. But yeah, Groovy, Michigan, the last month has been pretty intense with news updates. What's going on within?
Because the rest of this episode is gonna be fucking Michigan focused, but it's because of all the madness, man.
Yeah. What do you want to kick off first with? I know there's a couple things.
I feel like just to start off with the real quick one, we just want to get it out of the way, but it is fascinating to me. There's this cat. I'm sure you've seen his face literally everywhere. Mark Savaya. Excuse me. I want to make sure I pronounced it right. I always forget his name, but I've seen his face everywhere. Trump named Michigan cannabis industry figure as special envoy to Iraq. I just thought this was kind of fascinating, and we should just talk about it because I never thought I'd see the day where a cannabis dispensary owner is now seems to be work relations with Iraq, which is just to be friends with Trump. And I'm like, I don't even know if it matters because, like I said, political opinions aside, like I don't really care. I just think it's crazy the dude from the billboards is now like representing our country. And
what he means by that, he was on every billboard in Metro Detroit.
Everywhere. He's like Jomana. Like this is him and Jomana. He just like owned all the billboards. And if you're from Michigan, you get that.
I know. Especially Metro Detroit. If you're in the Detroit area.
If you've never seen Mark Savaya or Jomana, whatever her name is, on a billboard, you're lying. You're not paying attention when you're driving. Because those two are everywhere for me.
Or God bless. No, you know what I'm saying? Because you're not paying attention at all at that point. But no, honestly, I've heard some bad things. I've heard he owed people money and whatnot, but I've also heard he's paid people back. So either way, pretty wild.
No, I just thought it was random. Like I said, I really don't have much opinion on it. I just thought we should report on it so people could put their own thoughts and opinion out there. I just think it's, I mean, like at the end of the day, like relations like are a very fascinating thing. The reason why I want to bring it up is also we have like Dennis Rodman is a relations with North Korea. So it's more of like just
that's a great point there, Groovy.
My whole point is that they just find someone who's got like homies over there and they're like, you want to work for America? How American you feeling? They show them a paycheck and they're like, freedom.
Wow. To be American.
I know I'm free. We lost all the listeners. Right now. Everyone just like, nah, I don't need this propaganda bullshit.
Yep. On that note, we're smoking some banger.
That was funny. No, I really, no, and that's really all. I mean, there's just a bunch of there's a bunch of articles, but it's really just to be like, hype up what's going on.
Yeah, that was short news. But now we're gonna dive into
the real crazy.
Yeah, let's talk about what happened since the 24%. Because we.
All right, let's start about this. If you haven't heard, if you haven't listened, if your head's been
in the gutter,
in dirt. Like an ostrich or some shit.
Give you props.
No, I'm just kidding.
How do I
or
get
if
there?
you're not from Michigan. Because that same day, maybe you haven't heard about this. Michigan governor signs 24% cannabis wholesale tax into law.
Boo.
Now you already did it. I can't beat it.
And boo.
I'm not gonna beat it. But hold on. No, the reason why I wanted to bring it in this way specifically is because this article also talks about there's a lawsuit filed since then. Now, the reason why I want to go into this way is because I want you to know there is sort of like this weird, not I want to say happy ending because we don't know how it's going to end yet. But
there's
this
no happy endings right now.
No. But at least there's some hope. And that's why I said I want to keep the lawsuit in there and also to intrigue you to be like, what do you mean, what lawsuit? Because at first there was no lawsuit. First it was just Dave was there with Summer and like everyone, a bunch of people from the community, and they went up and did the rally, protest during when they were actually doing the votes on this. Essentially, they were trying to add 24% tax to the wholesale side of cannabis
for having the rally
protest,
that week.
Setting it up because that was very powerful to see the community come together.
We didn't set it up. I just joined their rally.
It was very powerful to see the community come together and whatnot.
Absolutely.
But all in all, 24% tax on wholesale on a market who's already struggling, like that's just bullshit, right?
Yeah, no, it's not
to
fair.
fix the roads, to create this like $3 million bank, so then every year another $500 million from it, and that's all. That's all they said. And it's just crazy to come to. Hold on, okay. Or I'll let you.
No. You go.
I just think
You're on
it's
roll.
crazy to come to to attack one type of people, niche people like cannabis, who, in my opinion, like, how do cannabis users affect the roads more than other industries? They don't, right? So to me, it's like, I feel like it just feels like an attack on cannabis people because, like, you know, because this is a group of people that I feel like other people are used to picking on, you know, because it's already outlandish, a little bit misfit-ish. So that was it. I just think it's fascinating that you're coming after cannabis over roads. No, you're just trying to, like, come after a niche group that, like, probably won't be abreast, right? No, that's why I said the lawsuits can fill, because I'm glad.
And the MICIA filed that lawsuit like hours or minutes after the Whitmer signed this bill into law. So like that went like right on the desk.
And Dave brought a very crazy point, is that I guess they were just like waiting for these rallies to even vote on it, because it took like 72 hours that they didn't even vote on it. Like more.
Yeah, it was intense. The first day, Tuesday, they weren't voting, and that was the day the bill was due.
They spent more time in recess.
Yeah, more. It was like 3 recess. It was hilarious because I was with Jenna from Muhammad's, who does HR. She was on our podcast, and we were in the Senate, and they were literally just nothing, just walking around doing nothing in the Senate floor. And then eventually, obviously, we all know by Thursday night they signed it within the wee hours. Technically, Friday morning, like 3 in the morning, they signed it. But Whitmer didn't sign it into bill until Monday or Tuesday. And then MICA filed the lawsuit.
So let's explain. So
yes,
back here. I mean, I just wanted to bring it into like it. Basically, they were just like
catching you up if you haven't heard.
Yeah, but also it's just kind of messed up, like how they did that. They didn't just come in and be like, "No, this is what we feel." They're like, "Yeah, let's twiddle our thumbs here and act like we're gonna do something right," or we're like debating, and then all of a sudden it's like 3 a.m. They're like, "Just kidding." And like at the end of the day, it was close, and that's why the lawsuit was filed in the first place. So it was 19 to 17 to 1. I forget what it was called, outstanding. I forget what it's called when you're like neutral. That's what the one was. But anyways, it was 19 yes,
abstain, no.
17 no, which we needed no to pass because you didn't want HB 5961, House Bill 5961 to pass because that's the 24% tax, right? So it did, like Dave said, and then Monday Whitmore signed it. But I guess now I've actually seen this on bigger news outlets, so I can confirm it, as well as I've read articles, as well as now the MICAA's lawsuit. All confirms all this. Because remember, we had Summer talking about this originally, like in one of our original posts right off rip, and then someone else was like, no, that's not true, but it actually was true. So because this was voted in by the people, they needed to do it a 3/4 vote.
Yeah,
if they do it
majority.
the Senate House way, whatever, right?
Yep.
Or the political way. So 19 to 17, that's not math. That's not 3/4. So that's where
Definitely
the lawsuit
not.
comes in handy and considers it what, unconstitutional? I forget what they called it.
So there's a 22-page lawsuit filed in the Michigan Court of Claims, argues that the new tax is unconstitutional because the state legislature failed to gain 3/4 vote required to change citizen initiative statutes. Michigan voters legalized adult use cannabis with a 56% majority in November 2018. So with them doing this, that means they could do this to any other bills, and it can affect anybody else in the state of Michigan, not just the cannabis industry.
Exactly. That's why you put your foot down, because you basically you let this happen. Then why would they just going to do it again? But then the thing is, if they fight that other case, then doesn't this case get thrown out anyway? So you got to put their foot down now.
So I'm going to go into some of the stuff that's on this article. So the voter approved initiative implemented the Michigan Regulation and Taxation of Marijuana Act, which is the MRTMA, to govern a commercial marketplace for adult use cannabis business. Quote, the lawsuit details multiple ways in which the legislators acted unconstitutionally in the passage of this tax, according to the MICIA. Notably, Article 2, Section 9 of the Michigan Constitution requires rather than a simple majority vote to amend any law enacted by citizen initiative, as was the Michigan Regulation and Taxation of Marijuana Act, which passed into 2018. The lawsuit details how the last-minute late-night process occurred in violation of a range of other constitutional provisions. The association is asking the court to strike the tax in its entirety, which is great because, passing it so late, that's ridiculous.
Dude, it was all shiesty, man.
No,
it was
horrible,
all shiesty.
horrible. And everyone that said no, I feel like you better, you have to watch out. Yeah, everyone that said yes, thank you. Everyone that said yes, you have to watch out because you're probably gonna get voted out because I'm
pretty sure mine
voted yes, so they're getting voted out. Oh, I was irritated. So and then also
I'll
continue
make sure to share this time too. Like usually in politics stuff, I just vote what I vote. No, I'm gonna be like this. Remember this person sucked.
Yeah.
Remember this person sucked. Hey,
absolutely.
remember this person sucked. And so is everyone else, right? So
the lawsuit set the cannabis excess rate at 10% at retail.
I hope those people took those paychecks because otherwise you're gonna be out of office soon.
Yeah, you're done.
I know you took that money.
No, you're done.
Allegedly.
So this is good. It gives us a little hope, like you said.
And that's all I said. I brought it up as a hope thing. I know you're right. It's not possible. It's not necessarily like, oh, it's guaranteed. It's not going to do anything. But there is that like, well, if it's unconstitutional, it doesn't make sense to do it right.
Correct.
You know, so
And
and because it was done this way, it should be thrown out. I don't revote this shit. Screw you. Like
no, yeah, don't revote it. It should be
bill
out.
should be nixed. And if you want to
And get your $420 million elsewhere. It's a funny number. How'd you come up with $420 million for the roads?
Yeah, well then it's no, it was like, and then also it's like $3 million.
It's for $1.8 billion road plan.
What I was talking about too, when I was saying there's like also allocating $3 million of a comprehensive road fund, fiscal year 2026, and $500,000 a year after that. So it's like you're taking $3 million from taxes, more our taxes, and then $500,000 from us more. Not even just making this general fund that they're taking, then also taking more money.
Done.
Like they're making for the fund.
I'm done.
So
I'm done with
that's
them.
where we're at. But like you said, you know, we talked about MICA group. They did this whole thing, you know, and like let's hope it sticks. I mean, it's here.
It's valid points. I mean, you're seeing a lot of brands.
Screenshot of the first page. So
you're seeing a lot of brands going in support of the MICA right now and joining and helping. And I'm assuming helping with these legal efforts because we'll see what happens within the industry. You have other people, other groups as well. So continue to come together and we can knock this off.
Page of it too, because I forgot at the bottom of this website on Michigan Advanced or whatever it is.
Yeah.
On the bottom here, I'm gonna pull it up for the people as I talk. The people gotta see what's going on. So at the bottom here, it actually has the first page of the lawsuit right here.
Oh hell yeah, that's what's up.
See, it's a state number, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cool. It says Michigan Cannabis Industry Association, Hoingman LLP, which I've seen that name everywhere.
Let's go.
Suing the state of the case number. It looks like it's been whited out. Probably makes sense legally. So we'll see, man. And
we'll be keeping you all updated on it.
You know, I'm gonna pull this up full screen too, so y'all can see it for a second because this is important. But
agreed.
Boom, it's real. Lawsuits happening. This isn't just us saying things, you know.
Nope.
So that's cool, man.
Oh, also,
keeps hope alive.
We still have a couple days remaining. If this House bill 4951 affects you, affects any of your friends, family, pass this along, message them. We would love to get a video of how it affects them. We're creating a compilation video.
Like a testimonial of sorts of like how this is affecting your life, your job, anything, what you do in the industry. We want to put a compilation of sorts together and use it in different ways. We're going to try to use it to promote, to get to other media outlets, maybe some type of content where we put it into like a large podcast where we commentate over it. We're just going to try to take any ways to basically try to get the message out there and highlight your voices. And the big thing is if you're not comfortable with it, we know a lot of people don't like putting their face out there in this industry because it can be a lot. Just text us, email us your name or your details, and we'll say what you do and we'll read them. So, yeah, thank you, Dave.
Yeah. So,
good. I totally forgot. I mean, didn't forget about it, but I was like, I should have brought that up earlier. So.
Yeah. Also, another note.
Since then, more shit's popped off.
Yeah. So. Before we jump into that, it's been negative. But on a fun note, this Saturday, 9 a.m. Eastern, we're going live as we do every Saturday. Yeah. But we have a special guest joining us, Michigan Matt or just Matt. Will be either virtually or in studio. We're giving away tickets for the Metric Mash, which I believe is sold out if I'm not mistaken. So this is your chance to get some tickets. So tune in 9 to 10 a.m. And don't know how we're going to do the giveaway. If we're going to do numbers or questions, but just be there. We did questions with Mark for Best in Grass.
Okay, yeah. Maybe we do questions again. That was kind of fun.
That was fun.
Because then we didn't have to like count numbers at the end. It was just kind of like, we'll wait. It was like,
and
more interaction.
Also, our 300th podcast episode's coming up, which is crazy.
We're gonna go bowling.
I mean, I'm down. Let's do. I know 300 strikes. Let's do it. So I appreciate
my can of Cas. That should actually be like a social post, like 300.
And I just appreciate each and every one of you that's tuned in, listened, supported, shared, commented on anything, because the podcast is different than the Wake and Bake. I'm only counting the podcast, which is released every Wednesday. So they have 300. When me and Groovy first started, I'm probably gonna be saying this a couple times in the following weeks because I'm like, it's crazy to think that it's like,
sorry, told me a couple times.
It's 300. And it's like, what? I didn't even think we would even get past 5 because it took forever to even get 20 minutes done for me to talk on a mic. So and for me and you, I mean, we've both had ups and downs with work, life. To continue this trend moving forward is literally not without all you
It's
tuning
proof
in.
that even if you do job with your best friend, it's still exhausting. Like,
Facts. I can't
more
stand this guy
exhausting.
sometimes.
It's more
This guy
exhausting.
sometimes just pops. No, I love him. That's my dude.
All right.
And
You do
I
ups
think
and
we're gonna
downs.
do something special. I'm not gonna announce it yet because I'm gonna talk to Groovy, but I think I want to do something for the 300th. So, just a couple quick
Giveaways
notes
or
before we go into more sadness in the state of Michigan.
Well, I don't even know.
I don't know if it's
I gotta rip
sadness.
a
It's
dab.
just
I'm gonna
more
rip
stuff.
This dab.
But-
Shout out. This is the last of the grape silk stuff. I mean, it's in my. I forget. I'm pretty sure it's grape silk. But I had a. It's one we split up, so I have it in a made by farmer container, which shout out to
yeah.
the homie. But I'm pretty sure it's.
I think I'm gonna spark up one of.
Oh hell yeah! Swiss has got those hemp holes. Yeah, and also
Yeah.
we were gonna smoke a Nebula nugs, which
I
are
say
pretty cool.
we'll do that.
These
after.
are a gram of rosin, half gram of bubble hash, and then 2 grams of flour all mixed together. So
All
it's kinda
solventless.
like solventless moon rock.
Yeah. So again,
we got a little stony baloney as we get out of here because this next one's just like it's kind of like just attacking people while they're low. You know what I mean? Like we're already dealing with shit. And you're like, oh, by the way,
I see both sides. It's unfortunate because I've always was one-sided for the longest of time.
well, they're also cracking down on hemp stuff too. So it's like they're just stacking more shit on this fire right now. They're adding
Yeah.
gas to this fire. But
we all knew that. We all knew that was going to eventually come with the hemp. But I'll jump into it. It's just they're going to start with moratoriums.
Yeah, so that's exactly Dave was saying. Like they're starting with moratorium. They're calling or a license cap. Essentially, if you don't know what that fancy dancy word means, it just means a license cap. So,
And here's the thing, though.
in Michigan, then I think they were going to put it down to like 5,000 licensees.
No, it's like one license per 5,000 residents.
That's what it is. I'm sorry, I remember the word 5,000.
But if you already have your license, you get to keep it. You can either sell it or transfer it. Here's the thing. I'm for competition, so don't hit me in the DMs getting all pissed at me.
Well,
for what I'm saying.
No. Well, this is not we get in a podcast a lot of opinion shit. Sometimes, dude, you got to realize sometimes we're just trying to show both sides. A lot of times, why even me and Dave argue both sides is because we can see both sides. That's why we do it. It's not always because that's like what we full-hearted believe. I do this podcast to keep my heart open and mind open to things. I've had my mind changed by a guest a million fucking times.
Same.
I'm gonna have my mind changed more.
Yep.
So if you're like, well, Groovy said, you sound like an idiot. No, I'm just kidding. Like, don't just quote me. Just say that, hey, Groovy is talking from this sense of it makes sense to me. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't just quote me unless it makes sense to you. You know,
Agree.
like because that's the thing. Like this house bill stuff, like it just doesn't make sense to us. Like, oh shoot, I kind of lost where I was going there.
No, it's all good. I was just gonna say I see both sides of it.
Oh, that's what.
But,
that's why it's good to argue both sides. So that's what I was trying to say, Dave. Talk about both sides. Doesn't mean you agree with both. Just because you can see both, especially because we've seen pain from people. That's why
Exactly, and that's where I come from, and that's where I'm coming from. Is because for over a year, probably even maybe a year and a half, I've been hearing in my experience how hard it is. You know, the price of the pounds drop. You have backdoor disty coming in. You have people that are doing it the right way getting screwed because you have other people cheating. You have more and more licenses. You have brands that close up and then they'll open up a new license because they owe money, right? So like all this bad stuff, and then like people have invested their livelihoods, their careers, they've invested everything into this industry to take a chance on it, and then like they're getting screwed out. So it's like the moratorium. Hopefully they come up with like what I would like would be like, hey, let's revisit this in a year, right, or something like that. Like you need to have something. That'd be nice to know. But like I can see why they're doing it. Michigan's dropping the competition. You already have it. People are going out of business consistently.
So like so the reason why he's starting like this is if you were listening, like we've always said, the moratorium makes no sense. You need to just let competition sort itself out.
Yeah.
Right. Because that's what we say from when we don't know the people we weren't before this really all happened. Before more well, it's not overpopulation, over saturation of the market. Excuse me. So now that it's oversaturated, it doesn't make sense, right? Because now people are going in the industry, you're not gonna make money. Now, people should close the doors, but people are working with so much debt, like in this industry and selling and then getting a little bit that it's like a lot of people are just got used to operating in debt, so no one's really shutting doors,
Yeah, the
thing is, to me, it's like as business go, as like we talk, just in business, you just want it to sort itself out. But like you said, the moratorium started to make sense when you start seeing companies come in with shitty values that just getting these licenses. So you're like, damn, you're like, The good people are coming out because the bad people are just making the price go down. So it's like, it's just weird. Like when you're living into it and you're seeing people's opinions on it, it's harder to say what's right and what's wrong, but rather just say that I see both sides, because like, especially not having any, what's it called? Skin in the game.
Yeah.
Like, what am I going to say?
Yeah, we don't.
So that's what I'm trying to say is like, for me, like, I don't know if moratorium is the right way, but I guess I'm glad they're not licensing cap. I thought I heard 5,000 license caps. That I didn't like, because that's going to force this, like, here's exactly what we have people wise, how many companies we can have, right? How many industries.
Yeah, no, I think that was per resident.
Per residence makes, I guess, a little bit more sense, because then in busier areas you'll get busier. But doesn't that like screw over like border towns and stuff too? And stuff.
That's what's
like,
going to be interesting, because you're going and that's
those are the smallest towns population.
But here's the thing though, if you already
domino effect in a way that the House bill's doing, you know what I mean?
But if they already have their license though, I think they're good.
Right. I know.
You'd be like grandfathered in. So the 25 dispos there.
So how many licenses do we even give out left then?
I just think they're not doing new ones. They're not doing
right, but that's the same. That's crazy. Like, I don't know. So that means no one else can live their dream now.
I don't think it's.
It does. It's all so confusing, man.
I don't think it's that. I mean, you have a lot of people selling.
You just have to go to the right spots, I guess. You have to. It's going to force people to go to certain areas. Which, I mean, maybe it'll expand green zone. I don't know. Like, I can see both ways. I just can see it going good or negative both ways. Like,
I do hope I do hope eventually they bring it back. But honestly, how many people are coming?
This is a rock and a hard place, man.
How many more people are coming in the Michigan market? You hear a lot of people are leaving too.
Why would you come here?
Yeah,
like, at this point with this climate.
Yeah. Well, even before this, like think 2-3 months ago.
I'm saying especially with this. Now it's like,
well, especially with this, but think 2-3 months ago. Yeah, everyone was complaining about prices dropping and brands were leaving because they're not making the ROI on products. So in general, I don't know how many more licenses they were even going to
That's a great point.
Come out with.
That's a great point. So basically, they were just saying like, no more, we're good. We figured out an industry here. Go somewhere else. And that's kind of maybe why they're closing the doors on licensing.
I don't know, or vice versa. They're like, with all the brand, like now no more like out of state brands are going to come in market, right? Realistically, you're not going to have other brands trying to set foot, but that kind of sucks though, because then you're not going to be able to try other brands.
It's a weird. That's what I said.
I'm all for competition. I'm all for competition because like I love competition. If you know me, I'm super competitive. Like I don't like to lose.
No, but
so like
but also like that's fair, and like that was the whole American system.
Not for
like everyone can have their own business, and if you survive, you got a good business. You can go against Walmart, right? The small man. It was all about middle, like doing that. The American dream, right? Like, yeah. So it's kind of funny now that it's like now like putting more terms. I think that's why when we said put our foot down and said no, that's why. It was because it was going against the whole idea of just doing business. Now when you're seeing it kind of go shiesty, you're like, well, wait a second. If they're not doing fair business,
I don't want to see brands that invested everything like lose everything.
Like family operated business,
and
losing to these giant corporations because they just have capital coming in from other sources. So they're just like, no, we'll ride it out. Let's ride it out. I mean, that's literally like a Walmart's thing that they would buy a product, sell it to lose money just so the company would go under, just to then be able to sell it and buy the company out. So like this, like sometimes when people have but that's
business.
It's sick. It is sick. Yes. But like when you really think about it, it's like when you're like, well, we got millions, like we can just fuck them over. We lose a couple $100,000, but long-term we make millions.
But we as consumers fall for it. Everyone's always saving a couple pennies, a couple bucks. And that's literally how it goes.
Well, that's why it's like you really.
So like those big companies can sell so
that's
cheap.
Why please support our people that we talk about, people that like the brands that we're like shouting out as homies. I mean our partners specifically, but I mean like pay attention to who like moves right in this market, who wins competition, who's going to events, who's not just never showing up things with just throwing a brand ambassador, doesn't care like who like listen to this industry. You gotta, because sometimes people just buy what's the highest THC for the lowest amount of money. Because if you really think about that, that's just a dispo controlling what you smoke. They're just gonna tell you what to smoke. Then you're never actually gonna think. You know what I mean? Like you're literally you don't even know what you're really smoking.
Yeah, no. I mean, and that's where it comes into education. And I think in time, we will get to a point in the industry where there's more education. But like right now, I mean, we're all coming together over this 24% tax. I mean, that's another reason why these bills are coming up, because if you're taxing 24%.
It's even worse. It says that the limit to number of marijuana is manipulated is 1 to 10,000 residents. So I want to
I thought it was 5,000.
September, there were 851 licensed statewide. This is from MLive. This is Senator Sam Sigg, Democrat of East Lansing. So I'm just quoting him. Don't yell at me. I just want to confirm that, so I'm like reading through this M Live article.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's a lot. That's retailers though, just retailers. 851 retailers in the state. That's not like grow licenses.
So this is the next thing I wanted to talk about. Oh, hey, you know what? Look at this. Jamie Lowell, who stood behind Scheider for efforts to legalize recreational marijuana, opposes the bills. In a letter, Lowell, so I just want to shout out Jamie. He's a great guy. Submitted to the committee. So, I mean, we haven't seen him in a while, but if you're listening, we love you, man. He said the legislation represents a major and unnecessary rewrite of a voter-approved law that was deliberately designed to avoid rigid state-imposed limits, relying instead on local decision-making and transparent regulation through the CRA.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to say that because, again, I saw Jamie quote it. It's like, it's a great way to end it because they literally do that. Then they go to this section. The next section is that from this, the Senate bill is that they're going to, what's it called?
The hemp weed.
Hemp weed. But they're calling it gas station weed in this article. But we all know what it is. It's that CBD hemp derived stuff that they just somehow.
I'm not surprised. That's been
the Delta. It's Delta 8, right? That was thank you. I was like, what's the Delta name? I couldn't think because it's Delta 9.
Delta 9 is the one that gets you high.
Actually, high. Delta 8 is this. Well, and we tried it. It's not. It's like, I think someone called it like diet weed, and I was like, it kind of cracked me up because it's like you kind of get a buzz, but it's like it's like weed zero. You know what I mean? Like it's not the same.
-0.
No, you know what I mean? Like Coke Zero doesn't taste like Coke. It tastes close. It's like, yo, we're gonna make Coke without using the same ingredients or something like that. It's like when someone's like, well, I'm gonna make concentrated orange juice without Sunny D is orange juice without using actual oranges, right? Like someone's like, I'm gonna use science to make this flavor. And that's what I look at it's just kind of like they'll add terpenes to the hemp to make it taste good. Because it's at the end of the day, hemp tastes like hemp. You know what I mean? Tastes like hay like.
Yeah, I think it's given it the CRA to oversee testing and licensing for it. The testing's fine. I mean, it should be tested. You're testing weed. Why isn't the hemp tested? Sorry,
I was being a little
because like it's sold at the gas station. It is sold at the gas station. We can't get weed sold at the gas station, like actual THC. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm not shocked.
Yeah, man.
You've been seeing this happen though in other states ever since the hemp bill passed.
Yeah.
Because they let it through and they had no idea what they let through when they signed it. They're like, oh shit.
You know what though? But like to me, the hemp bill though, like that, all that makes sense. It really does. To me, I just think there is a good point to like you can't be selling things that people are smoking and putting in their system if you don't even know what you're putting out there. Like it's like when they were doing that, like what was that shit Spice that was on the shelves? That shit was horrible. I was smoking potpourri because I was on probation. Like yeah, I shouldn't have been on the shelves. Granted,
that shit was
it
so
shouldn't have
bad.
been. And that's why I think you're kind of right to the point. Like, if you're gonna put it on there, you should at least know what it is. It should be tested. And if those hemp companies are really that scared to get tested, then your shit's boo boos, and it's not good anyways. You know what I mean? So
I mean, if I have to get my weed tested, I want that. Like at that point, you know what I'm saying? I'm just shocked.
That's what I was trying to say. And like honestly, the crackdown to make sense because honestly, dude, there's a lot of products on those shelves, dude, that like you're like.
What's even in it? I'm like, where did this come from? Who was the brand that grew it? You know,
I mean, I guess to the same point at gas stations, you get some like magic happy go lucky pills and that are made from like something else. No, I'm saying like
you trust those though.
I never would ever in my life. Saying, like, no, I'm trying to make a point, Dave. I'm saying like the gas stations don't sell you. They'll sell you.
First off, you need those.
Shit. No, Dave. My point was, what's the most extreme thing you can buy from the gas station? I'm like, oh right, you can buy those over-counter boner pills. But those over-counter boner pills are a great representation of these gas stations. Apparently, can just sell whatever.
Literally,
like they're like, oh yeah, no, it's a whipping cream gas. Like what? Like, these gas stations, man, these gas stations are some fucking crazy industries. Just like to talk about it and really think about it. That's a crazy industry.
Yeah,
they call it gas station weed. Gas stations be shiesty, man. So
I mean, that's what sell Lucy's. You mean you go anywhere?
We're not talking about our friend. Because the gas station guy, that's my dog.
Yeah, that's our dude. That's our dude. That's a whole.
Gas station. It's just funny that apparently you can buy all your illegal drugs just called something else. And it is.
So, and it sounds like it only costs about $1,300 to get a hemp retailer license or producer in the state of Michigan. So it's not too bad to get a hemp license, $1,300. If that's true. I'm just reading the last paragraph. So
no, man.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll keep y'all updated. This has been a fun episode. Again,
it's been a heated episode.
Yeah, not really fun. I think I'm just happy because like I'm done with working and it's like 8 o'clock. So like I'm done with the work.
Like, yeah, it's only been a 15-hour day. I'm ready to sleep.
Yeah, and I still gotta go home and shit. But again,
you got a shit too?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, we're gonna smoke a Nebula donut. We're gonna take some hash and then throw it in this thing.
Hell yeah. That's a good way to end the
Nebula
night.
donuts, baby. Heard it here first.
Again, tune in
We
this
don't smoke
Saturday.
the same.
No, fact.
No, I was quoting.
Oh, that's fact.
That's
I gotta stop saying
That's
fact.
exquisite. It's his iced tea thing. He says we don't smoke the same. It literally popped up right when I flipped this, and I was like, we don't smoke the same. Shout out to our partners that make this happen, man. You gotta check them out, please. Just tell them we sent you. Lost Coast Plant Therapy, all lowercase MI, Canna 15. It's Dave swears by it. He says it's the best.
I mean, you can use it on fruits, vegetables, indoor plants, outdoor plants, tree plants, any type of plants. It gets it organic.
It's organic. It keeps them clean, man.
100%.
Just spray it on
Keep
there.
your plants healthy. It stunts the growth when they're getting bitten up by bugs.
And then Exquisite Extractions just signed on. Check out that Slurricane. Love it.
We're
Check out
smoking-
the hash stuff, the Nebula Nugs.
Yeah, but
Digging
you also
these,
got the,
taste
what's it
hempy.
called in your hand too? We're smoking.
The hemp roll.
Yeah.
Yep. And then shout out to Smoking Tomatoes if you want a way to get introduced to cannabis. If you're new to it, it's got a system that you can start with, as well as just trusted soil from the beginning, because dairy dudes, and then cannabis extracts. Shout out
Award-winning
to
concentrates,
award-winning,
always.
always seeing
Oh.
Scotty and the team winning something. Shout out to Old School. And we appreciate everybody.
Again, tune in this Saturday, October 25th, I believe is the date.
Yep.
9 a.m. Eastern. Michigan Matt
Giveaway.
throwing giveaway tickets
It's a
for the
poppin'
Metro
event,
Mash.
man. It's the place to be. And guess what? We're running it back. If you
Oh,
were
we
there-
didn't even talk about that.
Yeah, I know. Well, we've been talking about like real news.
Well, bring it up.
Being
Yeah,
like a
bring it
real
up.
Podcast, whatever. No, we've been trying to do this more, and I'm glad I said it because I was kind of joking to Dave, but Dave really loved this idea, and Dave got containers, made it really pop off. We gave out Dave's bud. We did some little not Easter eggs, but we called it scavenger hunt.
Yeah,
Scavenger hunt. So we just kind of like put hints in our story and around Crowfoot. So it's just like
It is confirmed we're doing it.
Yeah, we're gonna do it again. So running it back. Yeah.
Pay attention to the story because we're not
Mike
releasing them all at once.
No.
Sorry, you got them
Yeah.
all, so pay attention.
Yeah.
But good job though. That was awesome though.
RED and Instagram.
Literally, it was great. It was great. I'm debating on what I should put in there. So if you're listening and you tune in Saturday to the Wake and Bake, let me know if we should do Bangarang, cereal milk,
We'll mix it up, man. I think
pressure,
it'd be kind of fun.
or should I just do nugs or pre-rolls?
Well, we've been talking about maybe
I was
talking to our
thinking about doing
partners
cones.
too, maybe hiding other stuff. So we'll see. Just pay attention to those stories, man. We're gonna be doing scavenger hunts all night, man. It's fun. You
It's
get
trick or
free-
treating.
You get
so
more free
there's
shit.
gonna be a lot of treats out there.
Yep.
I'm excited for that. I'm looking forward to it. And it was such a fun time doing it back in July for the Blazing Barbecue. Honestly, it was a really good moment. It was really fun. I needed that, so it was good. So I'm excited to do it again this time.
Oh yeah, man. All right.
Again,
I'm
stay tuned to our stories for about the 300th episode as well too. I hope you all have a great rest of the week. We'll see you Saturday morning. And as always, Groovy, we're here to advocate
Educate.
and inspire. Till next time, y'all. Peace.